Welcome back. In this next video, we're going to talk a little more about creating meshes from surfaces and solid objects rather than directly through the mesh generator itself. So I will start with a cylinder again, just for convenience. It's important to know that FlexPDE likes to have fairly uniform cell sizes. Many rendering mesh generators, or mesh generators for rendering purposes, will not adhere to that. So we need to do a little bit of work to make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and make a mesh from this surface. If I do a simple fill, you'll notice that the top is very strangely cut. Not uniform at all. There's some small slivers next to very large cells. That is definitely something we don't want. So we are going to get around that by, first, I'm going to make this extrusion into a poly surface for reasons I can discuss later. Now we've got a poly surface. So I'm going to do the mesh generation again. Detailed controls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all other definitions except I'm going to say start with a certain number of minimum quad cells. This will directly affect the quantity and the density of cells. Notice also that they're fairly uniform at the top now. So we can use this to get a fairly uniform set of cells. I'm going to move that way here. I will also triangulate. Now we could apply all of the basic naming and grouping that we did in the previous video. So again, the important thing here is to start with a poly surface, converting any extrusions if necessary. Then we will create a mesh from that and manually tell it the number of initial quad cells to create. And you'll notice that if they're very small, then you will get a very crude edge on that cell, on that object. Going larger and larger number of cells, we get more and more refinement and give it a more accurate description of that arc. And this is what we want. And you see a nice uniform mesh cells there.